Hi, everybody. Sandy Kreisberg here. It's Fridays with Sandy. Our beloved leader, John, is not with us. He is getting his nails done because he's got an important meeting later on. We have an exciting guest named Aaron. And Aaron, uh, could you introduce yourself?
Hi, Sandy. Sure. This is Arun from India. So, an accidental engineer who landed into sales and finally landed into digital marketing and has a 5 years
Okay,
of
we're gonna have you're gonna
marketing
have to really
experience.
slow it down, Aaron. Let me lead you through this. Could you tell us where you work now?
Yeah. So, I work for an young e commerce brand which sell fragrances in different forms and shapes in India.
Okay,
I
so you
work
work
as
for
a,
a fragrance company that distributes fragrances directly to consumers
yes.
through the internet.
So,
So it's an e-commerce company. Could you
yeah.
give us some idea of what it's the number of people who it employs, or what its sales are, or some way we can get a sense of it?
So, Ecom is a subsidiary company of a bigger brand named Manipal. It's a 5 years old young brand, so which has 30 employees and does
Okay,
like
what
close
was
to
that
2
number?
million,
How many employees?
30 employees, 30,
30 employees. And
and
it's
does
the
an annual
subsidiary of
revenue.
a really big company, right?
Yes, true.
Yeah, okay. And what do you do there?
I take care of marketing wing for the brand. Currently working as a digital marketing manager for the brand.
So you're the marketing manager
Yeah.
for a brand that is a subsidiary of a mega brand and that sells fragrances. And how long have you been doing that?
It's been 2 years working
Two
with the
years.
brand.
Okay. What did you do
Yeah.
before that?
Prior to this, I had my own marketing agency. Again, it's a small marketing agency which particularly helps small and medium businesses in their digital marketing activities, like taking them to the online and making sure they get clients and sales from the online channels.
Good. And your resume says that you started this company from scratch and built it to a team of 7 people, successfully completing 13 projects. Good. Could you give me some idea of revenues, or something I can get my
Sure,
hands on?
sure. So the 13 projects comprises of like in the multiple industries from edtech to e-commerce to personal trainers and food industry. So to give you a wide range, as a team of seven, we handled and successful in achieving like close to $2 million in
Okay,
revenues.
good. For how, per year?
Yes,
Okay, so you started a company uh, out of business school that that employed 7 people and had $2 million worth of revenues a year, and you did that for
for
two
the
years.
yes,
And you did that for 2 years, and then after 2 years you joined your current company.
due to certain reasons between the Corona time, so unfortunately we closed that brand and joined for another e-commerce brand.
Good. And and you got a 750 GMAT and a.
Yeah,
Could you tell me about where you went to college?
yeah. So I went to a university named Rajiv Gandhi University of Knowledge and Technologies in Andhra Pradesh, India, and the institute name is International Institute of Information and Technology. So it's based out of Andhra. It's one of the state in India, but it's quite popular in my state, but not quite more popular across India.
Okay, so you went to a college that is very well known in your state in India, but
Yes,
not a
yes,
national player. Okay,
true.
so we're going to call that silver, not gold. Okay, so we've got
Yeah,
here's your handicapping. We've got a silver college where you
mm,
performed in the top 10%. You got a 750 GMAT. That's great. And then you founded a company for 2 years and
Yeah.
you built it up and got some return and built it to a team of 7 people. And then for the past 2 years, you've been working as a digital marketing manager for a company called ACAM, which is a direct-to-consumer subsidiary of a larger company that sells fragrances. Okay, I think your selection of schools is correct. I think Kellogg is possible. You're in the running there. They'll like the 750. What you've got to do is present yourself in a way that's this is true of your whole application. You've got to present yourself in a way that explains these companies. Because one of the shortcomings is you haven't worked for universal brand companies. You know, these are companies that a lot of people haven't heard of, and they're smaller. So and you didn't go to a well-known college. So those are things that schools really consider, but you've got the 750. So I think your chances, and you've got great extracurriculars. I think, okay. So then just to round it out, tell me what you want to do after you go to business school. What job would you want to do right after you went to business school? And what would you want to do after that? And where do you see yourself ultimately?
Sure. So my short-term goal is like immediately after finishing from my business school, I want to become management consultant at MBB, so McKinsey, Bain, and BCG.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I need to work there.
That is certainly possible if you got into your target schools like Booth, NYU, Fuqua, and Ross. That the consulting companies hire people from those schools, so that could happen. And then what would you want to do?
Yeah, so then I need to gain experience. Like, so I already have the marketing aspect of the business. So I already started a business and failed. So right now my thing is like work with the multiple industries and gain all aspects of the business, like operations, production, and everything, and really play the big game of the big companies. And then down the line, after 5 years, after gaining a certain experience, then I want to come back and start something on my own.
What job do you want after McKinsey, Bain, or BCG?
So after that, like, so after gaining up experience in multiple industries, then I figure out which industry I suits for. Then I'll start
So
my
what you're
own
saying is, I might
enterprise.
stay at those companies for 4 years or so, and then get enough experience, make enough contacts,
Yeah.
build up some credibility, and go back to India and start my own company.
So not only Indian company, I want to build a global brand.
Yeah. Well, how are you gonna do that?
Yeah. So currently I don't have any idea or industry which I was keen to. So after having like exposure to the multiple industries as a consultant and exposure to the big problems, then on the way, like I might figure out what industry I suits for, and then might start something on
Okay.
in
Here,
the
this is
particular
important to
industry.
you. This is real important, since your roadmap is not as clear as some other people. But point to a role model. Name someone who has a career similar to what you want to do. This is critical. And if if you can't do it, you've got to find that person. That would be research well worth doing. But do you know that person now?
Currently no. So, but yeah, I need to find out that research that person and have that clear path.
Yeah, that would be such valuable homework for you, because then you
Got it.
could figure out what you want to do. Saying you want to go to, uh, the three, BCG, Bain, or, McKinsey. that's fine. That's a good plan. But you need a plan after that. Particularly when these schools interview you, they sometimes ask for a roadmap. And you should be able to provide a roadmap in your application essay.
Got it. Noted. Yeah.
So that would be valuable for you.
Sure.
Another thing that you have to do is show these schools the love. How much do you know about these schools?
Yeah. So I was from past couple of months, I was going through their websites and understanding how the culture is. So as I mentioning, so particularly for the Kellogg, so Kellogg is more culture driven and teamwork driven school.
Yeah,
So
you've got it. But and have you attended any of their forums? Do you know? Have you reached out to people there?
yeah, so I attended a couple of sessions for them, and I started reaching out to the current students and alumni of the school to get a better understanding of the how the school works and how
And
can
has
I
that
help
been
right
helpful?
in.
Have you been successful in doing that?
Currently not yet. So, but still, conversations
How
are
come?
going on.
Aren't they friendly?
Uh,
This
yeah,
is
so I mean,
almost this is almost this is almost part of the application process. One of the things the
yeah,
schools judge you by is how clever you are at making contacts with the school. They view that
true,
as
true, true,
that's what businessmen do,
true, true, true. I was
network.
on my way. I will definitely do that in next couple of weeks.
Yeah, that would be a good thing to do. You're right on the bubble, man. You've got a lot going for you. You've got a mild shortcoming in that you haven't worked for brand name companies, and you didn't go
Yeah.
to like the IITs. So
Mm-hmm.
execution is going to be really critical. There are a lot of guys like you, a lot of Indian guys, a lot of Indian tech guys, and some of them, have gone to, more recognizable schools and have worked for more recognizable companies, and they're your competition. So in order to, get ahead of those guys, you're going to have to really execute and show these schools that they're not your safe school, that you really want to go there.
Got it. I need to show my obsession to the school.
My advice to you would be to try and make friends at each of these, reach out to these schools, go to these forums, see if
Sure.
you can meet people. Do you know anyone attending these schools?
So currently, no. I was about to make friends from the schools.
Yeah, you got it. That's what you got to do. And like I said, that's almost the application process, and it's a pretty good one.
Got it. Got
How
it.
good a networker and if you know what the word schmooze means.
Yeah.
How good a schmoozer are you? Network, like crazy. So you got to be a good schmoozer, all right?
Yeah.
That's
True.
what it's going to take, because everything else is right on the cusp. 750, boy, that's great. Yeah, and the roadmap is real important. You've got to get that in the application. You want to say my roadmap is, join a major consulting firm and then either make friends and the role model. The role model could answer all your problems. Okay?
Got it. Yeah. Noted. Yeah.
Okay, I'm rooting for you, and I think you could crack some of these schools if you worked hard and really executed the application well. Okay.
Sure, Sandy.
Okay, we're rooting for you. Let us know how it works out. Okay.
Definitely, Sandy.
Adios.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Well, thanks for joining
Thank you
us.
so much.